If you ask an American where their accent is from, most of them will look at you and go, "Dude, I don't have an accent. I speak English." The fact is, all of us have some accent because we're from all different places and everybody sounds a little bit different. Except for me, Lao Zhang, the only American with no accent.
They asked me who I was from. They thought I was from overseas somewhere. They didn't think, they wanted to know if I was American. I said, yeah. So they said you talk funny. Said you don't talk like we do. Well, they didn't talk like I did either.
If you can believe it, there is no official language at the federal level here in the United States. Now, it makes sense. We're a country of immigrants. In fact, people say that we speak at least 350 different languages in this country because we're such a mix of cultures. In fact, I did a bunch of research looking for the common general English language, and it doesn't exist. There have been people arguing about different, yes, it's this, it's that, but there's really no consensus. It does not exist. Now, according to Robert Delaney, who's a linguist here in the United States, there are at least 24 distinct dialects here in the USA. And of course, within that, there are also different accents and just sounds and different ways that people speak. Now, he put a map together. Check this map out. Look at this. Look how incredibly complex and complicated. I can't even read it. It's too small for me to even read. But it gives you a sense of how just much of a mix and how crazy and complicated culturally this country is. So the question is there a general American accent? Is there a standard American accent? The answer is no, there is not. Now we can say, if you look here on the map, we can say that these people who live in most of Iowa, parts of Nebraska, and parts of Illinois have maybe what we'd say is the most neutral American accent, without any extreme sounds. So in other words, if you met people from this part of the country, this kind of general central part of the country, if they spoke, you wouldn't really have any idea where they're from. It's interesting that I don't have a detectable accent, or that my sound is more neutral, because I was born in New York City and I was raised in New York City, and my parents are only first-generation immigrants. My dad Italian, he grew up in the Bronx, and my mom Irish, and she grew up in Queens. Those are both areas right outside of Manhattan, other of the 5 boroughs. Now, if you listen to my dad speak.
Hi, my name is John, and I was born in New York City in 1943 in the borough of the Bronx. New York City has 5 boroughs, the Bronx, Staten Island, Brooklyn, Queens, and Manhattan.
You hear? He says New York, and he says apartment. I say New York and apartment. You see, they don't really pronounce the R's, the ER at the end. So it's really interesting that I ended up the way I have. And I never tried to change my sound. I never studied speech or anything like that. I did work on the radio for a while, but that was just because I enjoyed it. They didn't hire me because of the way I sounded. So we talked about where the most neutral sound is, there in the middle of the country. But if you ask people where the strongest, most severe accents are, probably most people will say Boston. I lived in Boston for 5 years, and I can tell you that Boston has an incredibly strong sound.
I wasn't expecting to see what I seen on a early Sunday morning, and all of a sudden he seen the car. So he started running down here. Next thing you know, there was arguing.
Yeah, that's the Boston sound. The other area here that's also very strong with the accent would be the southern coast. Anywhere in the South is going to have this round, how y'all doing? Very round, kind of slopey, open sound, slower.
Hey, I just wanted to make a video of an authentic Southern accent. Many of them Southern accents on the computer, they give us a bad reputation, and they give people the wrong idea of the way people talk around here. And we're from Western North Carolina.
Yeah. And then there's a sound more in Texas that's a little stronger, a little more in the Midwest.
I'm guessing this isn't the future you had pictured for yourself when you first clapped eyes on that money. Don't worry, I'm not the man who's after you.
So there's incredible diversity here, and people speak all different sounds, and it doesn't really matter. I mean, as long as we can communicate with each other, that's all we care about. And then, of course, we also have a lot of immigrants here who are speaking English as their second language, but they work with everyone else and they are part of the community. And so you have people from Latin America.
Jay, this came for you.
Oh, hi, honey. What is it?
I called your secretary and told her to order you some crackers and those cheeses that you like, the tiny little ones.
You have people from India.
Hello, my name is Anbu and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to, introduce the Indian accent to you.
But the best guy who I found is somebody who I want to meet. Bruce from Kunming.
My name's Bruce, and this is Untold America. When I first came to the States, I didn't have a Southern accent. I am from Kunming, Yunnan, Southwest China.
So that's just a quick look at the different sounds here in the United States. But just know that there's no official sound, and there's no certificates, and there's nothing to study to get an official sound. Sometimes people look for a more neutral sound, but otherwise people just live their lives and speak the way they want to speak. And if not, forget about it. I'll talk to you soon.